Hey everyone, good morning. My name is Dr. Pavini Moray. I'm the founder of Wilcelium, where we are helping you create love that lasts. I am so happy to just make a quick little video for you this morning about one of my favorite topics, which is auditing. So it's the beginning of a new year, and you may wish to use this moment of newness and freshness to audit your relationship. And so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that practice. It's something that I do and I suggest to all my clients and students that they do as well. So an audit is really a period of reflection. I mean, we think about it in terms of at your job, you have an annual review, right? Or maybe a more than annual review, and you're looking to see how well you're doing in your job, and hopefully you're reflecting on it, the people you're working with are reflecting on it. Well, it's kind of the same thing with your relationship. You can do the same thing. You can create an intentional period of reflection to think about, how am I doing as a partner, and how are we doing as a couple, as a unit, right? And the point of doing a relationship audit is really to create a growth mindset in your relationship, meaning that you can just have a relationship, right? Or you can have a transformational relationship, a relationship that is really supporting all of the people who are in it in becoming their best selves, living their best lives, manifesting all their dreams, right? And so to do that, to create that growth mindset of like, oh, we can get better as partners, as people in relationship, as a force in the world, right? We can get better at that. And it's, I think, a really beautiful tool to make this time for reflection. You know, if you're in a committed relationship, you have some version of commitment, right? You have something that you've committed to. Like, I'm in this with you, whether or not you are married or unmarried. You know, if you're married, you may have vows. If you're partnered, you may have commitments. But you have committed to a thing, right? And so it's really cool to stop and say, how well am I doing this thing? How well are you doing this thing? Right. So that's what a relationship audit is. And I, because I am nerdy like this, have a series of questions in a list form that my partner and I answer every year. And one of them, the very first one, is, where are we in terms of our commitments? Right. And so we each take time to think about that and to write about it, and to be honest about where we are. Are we upholding these commitments? Do they need to be changed? Right? Because our commitments are living, they're a living document, responsive to who we are. And where are we? And what do we need to do if we are a little bit in the weeds or off track? How do we need to get back on track with those things, right? And so that's the main question that we're asking in the relationship audit, is where are we in terms of our agreements? And we get a lot more granular with it. We have it broken down into all these different categories. We start with the last year. So, what relationship goals have we met? How have I grown as a person? How have I seen you grow as a person? Right? Because we want to be in real time relationship with the current version of ourselves and our partner and our partnership. And so reflecting here on growth, on change, of updating how we know ourselves, how we know each other, how we know the relationship, is how we hold that the relationship is its own entity. It's living and it's growing and it's changing and it's hopefully thriving, right? And it can become more and more and more. And it's also a time to look at what is not working. What are the unhelpful patterns that we're in? What are the unhelpful stories that we're in? How has our conflict gotten stuck in certain particular patterns? Anything that we want to shift, right? So just moving through these questions of, what are we in actually? What actually are we in, and how actually does it feel? Because we get to create the relationships that we want. You get to create the relationship that you want. You know, we don't have to stay in something, a form that's not fitting, a sweater that's too tight, because we've outgrown it. No, we can get a new sweater, right? We can change it and shift it so that it fits who we are and we can dream it so it has spaciousness for who we're becoming. So that's what I want to say about relationship audits. This is definitely part of the work that I do with couples. It's part of the upcoming Well Couple course that I hope that you know a little bit about. And if you don't, that's okay. I can I'll put the link in the notes. But yeah, I think it's just this practice of really being in a living partnership and reflecting on that. So until next time, I'm Dr. Pavini Moray for Wilsilium.